Tom's dart hit the target's bullseye from 3.5 meters away. How many centimeters is that? So how would you figure that out? It's okay if you don't know. Just tell me.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're going to remember this. It's called King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And this stands for kilo, hecto, unit, centa, and milla. So, did you remember learning about this, honey?
No.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn about this table. And this is the metric system. So you know how we do inches and feet? This is called metric units. And so we write this table out when we're doing metrics. So what you're going to do is you're going to write KHD UDCM. And that's pretty hard to remember. So that's why we remember King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. So you're going to write that out like I just did. And then under it, we're going to see what this stands for. So it stands for kilo, hecto, deca, unit, deci, centi, and milli. Now, we might have grams, we might have liters, and we might have meters. So it would be a kilogram, a kiloliter, and a kilometer, or a kilometer. A hectogram, does that make sense? So these are the units that would go here. It would either be a gram, a liter, or a meter. So for this one, we know that it's a meter, right? Okay, so we're going to start here. And we're going to write 3.5 because it's 3.5 meters. And then we are going to do 2 jumps because we're trying to get to cm, which is centimeter. So what we do is we count how many jumps we have to move to get to whatever we're converting to, which is 2 jumps. And then we're going to move our decimal those 2 jumps. So I took this decimal right here and I made 1 jump and 2 jumps. And then anything I have that does not have a number in it, I fill it in with 0. And then I erase the decimal and put it right here. So basically what we did was we took our decimal and we moved it 2 jumps because this was 2 jumps this way.
Okay.
And so every number has an imaginary decimal after it. So when you write the number 5, it's really 5 point, but we just don't write that. So 3.5 meters is how many centimeters? 350 centimeters.
Okay.
And we can do more of those as well.
Anne?
Yes, honey.
Can I use the bathroom real quick?
Yes. So I'm going to go back while you are going to the bathroom. I'm going to go back and see if there are any other metric system problems, and then we can do those as well. So to get a couple of examples in, and we're going to do number page 24. We're going to do number 11. So they're saying that a package weighs 6,500 grams. How many kilograms does it weigh? So this 6,500 has a decimal right here. So we're going to write that in. And then we're going to jump this way to kilos, which is 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, because here's our kilo. So we're going to make our decimal go 1, 2, 3 jumps this way. For this one, we went this way because the jump was this way. But this one, we're going from a small unit to a big unit. So we jumped 3 this way. We erase this, and our answer is 6.500, or just 6.5 kilograms. So that was page 24, number 11. Okay. Is that kind of making sense to you a little bit, Jacob, or do you want me to do a few more?
No, it's making more sense.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go on to number 2. So number 2 is 2/3 minus 1/3. So we have the same denominator. So our first step is to subtract our numerators. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then we rewrite our denominator. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yeah, I already did that.
Okay. Number 3, did you already do number 3?
No.
Okay. So it doesn't say to do the matrix way. So I'm going to show you this way. So the first step is we do this right here. 5 times 8 is what? 40. So we put the 4 up here and we put the 0 here. Our next step is to do this. 8 times 0 is 0, and then we add whatever's up here equals 4. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
And then 8 times 3 is 24. We put the 2 up here, we put the 4 here, and then 8 times 5 is 40, plus 2 is 42, and then we put our comma in. So number 3 is 42,440. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Number 4 is Mr. Jefferson's class was timing the morning. What, honey?
I'm still on lesson 8, though.
You're what?
I'm still on lesson 8.
I know. I'm doing lesson 10 because you haven't done any of it, right? So we're just doing a whole lesson as much as we can get done. You can skip. Yeah, you can skip. It's fine. Okay. Number 4 on lesson 10 is Mr. Jefferson's class was timing the morning announcements. On Monday, the announcements lasted 1 minute and 13 seconds. So I'm going to write Monday, 1 minute, 13 seconds. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
All right. On Tuesday, they lasted 2 minutes and 0 seconds. On Wednesday, they lasted 2 minutes, 10 seconds. And on Thursday, they lasted 59 seconds. Friday, they lasted 48 seconds. So how many seconds did the morning announcements take this week? So this, this, and this is already in seconds. So we're going to add those up. 13 plus 10 plus
There's 20.
59 plus 48. So we're going to add all of those ones up. And then how many seconds are in 1 minute?
60.
So we're going to add 60. And then how many seconds are in 2 minutes?
120.
And how many on this one? 120. So we're going to add all of these together.
Okay.
So we have 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 3 is 20. So we put the 2 here and the 0 here. Then we do 5 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is 130 seconds. And then we're going to add that together with the minutes, which we turned into seconds. And it's 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 300. And then we're going to add these together. Does that make sense why we would do that?
Yeah.
Okay. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 0 is 3. And 3 plus 1 is 4. So it's 430. And then we have to label our answer in seconds. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to skip number 5 for right now because I haven't really had a chance to go over those kind of problems with you. We're going to go to number 6 on page 20. So the decimal 0.43 represents how many tenths and how many hundredths.
Okay.
So we have a decimal right here. So this is the tenths and this is the hundredths. So how many tenths do I have in this problem?
4.
And then I have 3 hundredths.
Mm-hmm.
So that's easy. We're done. And then number 7, I think you can do on your own. So I'm going to have you do that at home. And then number 8, do you remember how to round? Remember we talked about it last time? Okay, so we're going to round to the nearest thousandths. Step 1 is to underline the digit that we're rounding to. So we're going to underline the 7. And then we're going to go to the neighbor and we're going to say, what was the poem? Do you remember?
4, Lily. 5 or higher. 5 or higher. Give you one more.
5 or more, let it soar. 4 or less.
Let it rest.
Yeah, so is this a 4 or below or a 5 or more?
5 or more.
So what happens to this 7?
It makes it to an 8.
And then what happens to all the numbers after my underlined digit?
They're all zeros.
Yeah, you got it. So that is the answer, my friend. All right, number 9, we're going to write in expanded form. So the number is 56,229. So remember, expanded means that we take each digit and talk about what it's worth. So the 5 is worth 50,000. The 6 is worth 6,000. The 2 is worth 200. The other 2 is worth 20. And the 9 is worth 9. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 11 and 12, I think you can do on your own. Number 13, you can do on your own. I want to go over measuring. So here we have a protractor, and it's asking us to find the measure of J, K, and L. Remember, I think I talked to you about this is the inner and the outer measure right here. So we're going to look at this closely and we're going to find out, oh, what is this number right here? it's 40 or 140. So do you think this measure is 40 or 140? Would we use the outer measure or the inner measure?
Outer.
So we're going to use the inner because we know this right here, the L shape, is 90 degrees. So does it make sense that this is bigger and it would be 40 degrees or 140 degrees?
140.
That's it. Yeah. We know it can't be 40 because it's actually bigger than an L. And if it's bigger than an L, the number has to be bigger than 90. So for this one, we're going to use the inner measure of 140. So for number 10, you're going to write this, 140 degrees. That's the answer.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, the next problem, I think you can do those. Can you look at them and see if they make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. How about number 14? Do you need me to help you with that one?